McCain's right. Board the Gangnam. By Investors Business Daily. Read by OutloudOpinion.com. June 23, 2009. Defense. The former presidential candidate argues the U.S. should stop and board the North Korean ship if we know it carries banned cargo. Some say it would be an act of war. So is firing missiles at Hawaii. Some say it would be an act of war. So was the naval blockade of Cuba in October 1962 and a confrontation with an infinitely more dangerous foe. Sometimes it's necessary to exert military pressure to call someone's bluff and nip a growing threat in the bud. The U.S. Navy is tracking a North Korean ship under new UN Resolution 1874 that bars Pyongyang from trading in weapons, including missile parts and nuclear material. It's similar to an early resolution barring Pyongyang from testing nuclear weapons and the missiles to carry them. That went really well. The newest resolution lets UN member states inspect vessels on the high seas, quote, if the countries have information that provides reasonable grounds to believe that the cargo, unquote, contains banned weapons or the materials to build them. The guilty country must, quote, direct, unquote, its ship to a harbor where port authorities can inspect it, as if that's going to happen. Senator John McCain, whose namesake destroyer has been shadowing the North Korean ship Gangnam as it hugs the Chinese coast on its journey to wherever, has a better idea. Board it. The guided missile destroyer John S. McCain is named after the senator's grandfather and father, both of whom were admirals. China has always had the economic leverage to reign in North Korea, but has chosen not to. Interestingly, a Chinese submarine has been tailing the destroyer McCain close enough to hit its towed underwater sonar array on Friday near our naval base at Subic Bay in the Philippines. McCain on Sunday said the U.S. should jump on the Gangnam even without North Korean permission if hard evidence shows it's carrying missiles or other cargo in violation of UN resolutions. Quote, I think we should board it, McCain said on CBS's Face the Nation. It's going to contribute to the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction to rogue nations that pose a direct threat to the United States, unquote. The North Koreans have a track record of proliferation of weapons technology, and the Gangnam has a record of involvement in such trafficking. Nuclear and missile technology is the only thing North Korea has for export, other than the cement bags it uses to cover shipments of Scud missiles and the like. The Gangnam is known to be a ship that's been involved in proliferation activities in the past. It's, quote, a repeat offender, unquote, according to one military source. The ship was detained in October 2006 by authorities in Hong Kong after the North Koreans tested their first nuclear device and the UN imposed a subsequent round of sanctions. In 2002, the U.S. tracked the Sosang, a vessel of unknown registry. Spanish commandos, operating in conjunction with American authorities, intercepted and boarded the vessel. It was found to be carrying 15 Scud-B missiles hidden under sacks of concrete. We could board the Gangnam under the Proliferation Security Initiative created by President Bush in 2003 after the Sosang incident. The PSI lets its 95 signatory states inspect ships and planes for illicit weapons and materials and seize their cargoes. South Korea, at great risk of provoking Pyongyang, recently announced it was joining the PSI. The North Koreans are testing nuclear weapons and intercontinental ballistic missiles. They are sending nuclear and missile technology around the world. And we're supposed to be afraid they might do something if we don't just wait until they can target Honolulu with a nuke? Copyright Investors Business Daily. Read by Outloud Opinion. For more podcasts, go to ibdeditorials.com and outloudopinion.com.